Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to 200 Ways to Shift Your Thinking. Next lesson, it's going to be on adversity. Adversity basically means, problems, trying to overcome problems. A lot of us have many problems in our lives that present themselves on a day-to-day basis or occasion. There's sometimes we go to bed thinking about the problems that we had during the day and how we could fix them. We worry about them, we stress about them. Sometimes we have things that are going to happen, problems that are going to happen up in the next coming days, how we can mitigate them or how we can try to make them safer for other people and ourselves. We have all kinds of issues and all stuff. But when it comes down to it, sometimes those problems, those things can actually make us better people, because when we overcome them, then we know, hey, we accomplished something, and we can add a skill or talent to our actual abilities. You never know, because a lot of times we're fearful. We got that. Sometimes we got that nervousness. We get that butterflies in our stomach, and then we get that adrenaline rush at times. And then when we finish it, we feel like feeling accomplishment. Sometimes we get praise. Other times we get awards. Sometimes we don't really get much, just maybe a pat on the back, or not even that, a thank you maybe. But, sometimes it's just part of your job. But, you always have to find ways to overcome it. One of the life sayings I used to have in a poem I wrote way back when, but I don't remember all the poem, or I could rewrite it again if I thought about it. I used to always say, life is so hard, it is so tough. There are many times life is so hard, it is so rough. There are many times you have to stay tough, which can be very true at many times, because let's put it this way, in this world, in this changing environment, day-to-day things with the virus going on, with all the stuff going around with people in this world, cancel culture, and all the stuff that's going on with that stuff. And basically, us being nervous about the upcoming elections and everything, the possible coming of Jesus Christ could come any day, because we never know when he's going to come back, of course. And, who knows what we could be doing when he does come back, of course. So, we have to be able to overcome these issues, overcome these stressful problems. We have to be allowable to overcome these issues. So let's get into the book right now. Adversity is the tuning fork of our lives. Tuning fork meaning basically it can change the way we live, can change the way we feel about things, change the way we act in our lives. I've been thinking of petitioning to change the spelling of adversity to adversity. Frankly, the value of adversity has an amazing way of adding things to our character and our attitude that nothing else can, as long as we are willing to consider the value therein. In every conflict, there are pearls of learning, wisdom, healing, and more. But our instincts must move from this is bad to this is potential, where our quick response focuses on the solution and opportunities rather than the problem. A lot of times with us getting older and all this stuff, our memories are slowly, just diminishing. We don't remember stuff. Well, write it down, create a journal, create a diary if that's your thing. Write it down in your smart book, smart tablet, whatever you have. Who knows? Maybe you can put all these things and create a book or create a video even, to maybe help somebody feel better about themselves, make a difference in people's lives. A lot of people gone through a lot of things like depression and all that stuff, and that's adversity situation, and it takes one who's going through it to actually be able to help those to overcome it, because a lot of people have been through certain situations, and not everyone, but a lot of people have been through some situations in one way or the other. Might not be the exact situation that you're going through, but guess what? You can tell a story, and you can tell how you overcame it, and possibility that might help a person overcome it. Might help a person from committing suicide, or tempting a person from going down the wrong path, drinking alcohol, taking drugs, whatever it may be. So think about it. You can help that person to become a better person by showing your character traits that you learned from the adverse situations. Believe it or not, this is bad to this is potential, where our quick response focuses on the solution and opportunities rather than the problem. Believe it or not, one of the better things that have ever happened to me was losing 70% of my company's revenue in the span of a week. That's pretty bad, losing with all these people going under right now with the COVID, with the virus disease and all that stuff, because of them not being able to establish their business and all that stuff. A lot of people are having to figure out ways to cope, ways to adjust their lifestyles, their business practices, paying their employees in order for their businesses to continue, them to make it, and for hopefully for their employees to be able to make it also in life, because their employees, as was talked about earlier in the profits versus people subject, people are what makes your job, your company get better. Friday afternoon, 4 p.m., poof, 9 million annual revenue gone with a huge overhead still yelling, "Feed me." Add to that, we were at an interim location building a 1,000 square foot facility needing to downsize by 40 people. Oh, and I almost forgot, my second biggest client called 2 weeks later to tell me that he had decided to develop an in-house marketing department. Here's the kicker. I wouldn't trade the experience for anything in the world. It was during the decline that I learned leadership, grace, sensitivity, trust, and patience. Because a close friend of mine had said, "Don't let this test now turn into testimony." So I went into work the following Monday looking at the glass half full instead of the bank account almost empty. I was able to turn a potential tragedy into a fulfilling new reality on many levels. Discover the value in your adversity today. What is my standard reaction when the problems surface? Embrace or repel? What one problem area of my life could I use a bit of new thinking? Well, for me, probably the only way I can put it is when I was going through the military, when I was going a change from the Marine Corps to the Army and life, and it was a big challenge, big difference. And I went to a unit that I didn't really fit in well at all, and it was hard for me because a lot of the forms are different and regulations are different and stuff. And I was a higher ranking person there, and at school you only learn the basics. You don't learn everything, of course. You have to get on the job training, and guess who knew the best on the job training? Well, the lower people, because they're the ones who do the hard work. You're the supervisor. I was considered to be a supervisor, and I couldn't learn because my higher supervisors wanted me to supervise and not really do the oil change or whatever that the lower ranking people were doing. So I had trouble and all that stuff. But as time went by, I took what I learned from their supervision skills, which I didn't take much, to be honest with you. And I learned that I can help people make it through situations. If people are struggling in the rain and doing their job in the rain, well, guess what? I'm not going to be sitting back in the office. I'm going to be in that rain too. I'm going to be getting dirty, down and dirty, and helping them stuff. I'm not going to be doing all of the job because I can't do it all, but I want to learn. I need to learn because obviously I'm not going to always be there to do everything. So, and they're the ones who are learning the new stuff. So I had to learn. So that was adverse condition, adverse weather for me. Bad weather, bad situations. There's times I've gone to so many jobs when I was in the Army, especially, where I had no idea where I was getting into, but I had to ask people usually lower ranking than me, and find out how to do it. And they accepted me because I asked them, and I thanked them for it, and I tried to help them to get promoted to the higher ranking. I just tried to make I gave them recognition for giving me help. It wasn't me accomplishing the mission. Yes, I was the conductor of the orchestra or director of the orchestra, but it was them, the actor, the actress, whatever you might want to call that person that actually helped us get over that adverse condition and added to my character traits and built me to become who I am today. So I want to thank you for listening to me. I want to subscribe to Wise, Witty, and Wacky Will. And there'll be an upcoming video on this for this channel, this playlist, this coming up Saturday. And have a good night. God bless you all, and stay safe. And I love you. Take care. Bye.